Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Lush, live from Lush Radio Online, and we're going to have the artist known as Just Listen. He's going to be live with us today, and we're going to be talking to him about his new music called Renegade. He's definitely an upcoming artist. He's been doing a lot of stuff with Dave East and many other artists, so we're going to talk to him today, deep dive into his music career and what to look forward to. And then we're going to play a little bit of his music and ask him some more questions. And you can always comment at the bottom and things of that nature. And he's also working with Mace at the moment. Like I said, we always talk about leveraging our connections and stuff like that. So I ended up meeting this gentleman on Clubhouse. Speaking in one of the rooms, and he has a lot of knowledge to drop. So we're going to be talking with him in a few minutes, and also talking about what happened and transpired this past week. Don't let that stuff get you down. At the end of the day, you know, uh, things happen, and some things have to happen for a reason. So we're gonna go to the line. All that barbaric buffoonery. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we still going to keep moving and we're going to keep winning because 2020 is our year. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the artist, the one
Woo!
and only Just Listen live in the building. Just Listen. It's a great thing to have you live in here.
Woo!
How you doing?
How you doing, sis? What it do?
What's it do, honey? How you doing?
I'm
Uh,
doing good.
how you feeling today? I mean, is the weather good over there where you at?
I'm in Atlanta right now. The weather is kind of cloudy, a little rainy, but they ain't gonna stop us, man. I mean, yesterday it was raining all day, but the sun came out today, so it's a little better. But it's cold. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's cold out here.
Definitely. I'm excited to have you live on here with us. Just listen, you're an amazing artist. You're doing your thing. So talk to us. What inspired you to get into the music industry?
Great question. Great question. So, man. So when I grew up in the choir. So that was kind of like I was talking to someone the other day, and I said, a lot of people forget about that. They grow up in choirs and stuff, and they don't understand, where that first love of music comes from. So I would definitely say, growing up in the choir, singing and stuff like that. And then when I was in middle school, my brother, he was a rapper. So I would listen to his music and be rapping his lyrics and remembering his stuff. But that's really kind of where it came from, and then I started taking it serious. Like,
How do you feel the music industry has changed since your first love for the music and now?
man, this changed. It's gotten a lot more ignorant.
Mm.
It's gotten a lot more ignorant now. And it's still fun, but it is a lot more ignorant. People are a lot less careless about what they say. I mean, it's a lot of music that was out back then that we was growing up to that was a little careless, but not as far as today's levels. I mean, like these kids will make a song about anything, and these rappers that do anything that'll sell. I mean, that's just about with any genre. Like they're gonna say anything.
Definitely, definitely. As we're moving, because this is a digital culture now, everybody's shifting into the digital market. How do you feel social media and the digital community and moving forward will prepare your career? Your career.
Social media has been like the base of my career. Actually, like that's really what helped me out a lot and got me a lot of notoriety as far as eyes and people actually knowing who I am, and just getting invited to things. But social media is definitely the wave. I know as far as my career with helping that, it's no limits. I mean, that's what I tell anybody with social media. You can go anywhere in a matter of a second. So it's like you got to utilize any platform that you're good on to the best of your ability. Like with me, I started on Twitter, and then I kind of just transferred that to the Instagram stuff. But it really just depends on how you utilize it. But I see a big future for social media with me for sure.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I've seen Just Listen on social media. He's done some stuff with Dave East, but we also met on this platform talking about social media, Clubhouse, and he was dropping a lot of knowledge in there. And I tell a lot of people, don't sleep on Clubhouse. I mean, it's in beta form and they open it up, but for right now, get as much as you can out of it before
As
it
much
gets.
as you can, as much as you can. I'm telling, man, I've been telling all my friends and family. I'm like, look, y'all got a business, anything y'all trying to do, please go get. I got the invites for y'all. Like, what y'all doing? Like, man, I'm telling you that app is powerful, and like you said, it connected us, and
Mm-hmm.
it connect. I've seen it connect so many more people. I mean, there's people that's already famous that ain't even talked to each other ever, and they're getting on there like they're just meeting. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a great platform, and whoever made that, it's keep going. I'm ready to see what y'all got in store for that app.
Yeah, shout out to Paul and Rohan, the creators, and also Anu. The whole platform is definitely, have taken people to the next level.
Facts.
And talk to us. You connected with Mace, so I heard you
Yeah.
from a birdie. You're working with Mace. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so right now I'm signed to Mace. That's my OG. That's the yeah, that's the OG. Yeah, we could give a round of applause for the OG. But yeah. Me and Mace, we got some stuff going on. Right now I'm kind of in like an artist development phase with him. I've
Mm-hmm.
been dropping music and stuff like that, but once he saw my potential, he was like, "Hey, let me help you get farther with what I know and what I've done, and let me teach you what the ropes so you can be better than how I did it whenever I get in the game." So he really just kind of took me under the arm and he's showing me, giving me so much knowledge. I mean, the music I'm creating, I always thought I made great music until you get in the studio with somebody like him and you're like, oh, okay, it's levels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely understanding the levels to everything. And I mean, I'm just glad to be around them, you know what I'm saying? And even the people that, will walk into the studio just because we in there or something like that. You just never know, being with somebody like that and just his impact that he had on the game. I mean, one, it's like it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I try not to get overwhelmed sometimes, because we built a relationship to the point where that's like my big brother. Like I call and talk to him about anything. But as far as the music, I mean, he's one of a kind. That's I tell you, I seen him record. I mean, he's different. Like he's from a
Definitely.
different era. He's definitely from that era that music was going crazy. Like,
Yeah, he definitely was a part of my era coming up with hip
mm-hmm.
hop and stuff. Harlem World, that's
Yep,
the
yep.
situation right
And
there.
I'm a young cat. See, when Mace was
Yeah.
dropping that, I was like 4 years old. So I gotta go back. With me, I gotta go back and do all the research. I'm like, okay, like now, I'm getting around all these OGs. I gotta figure out, what this music really started on and where these cats really started from. Like that's important. And I think that, if a lot of artists did that, especially new artists, they just study the game, that have a different approach to it. But yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite albums now. I still listen to Harlem World like it's something new. And it's just because what he's talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different, it's like a breath of fresh air from everything that's going on. I mean, even the old music.
Besides Mace, who are some of the people that you get inspiration from that through your music and stuff like
Hmm. I would probably say that's a hard question for me because I listen to a lot of music. Um, I would probably say who I listen to the most. That's kind of where I start because I feel like who you listen to the most will kind of be who you're going to be influenced by. But I listen to a lot of J. Cole, Chris Brown, of course Drake, all the great song, all the people that's on top right now. That's kind of who I study and who I like listening to. People that have true substance and they're actually talking about different feelings and situations. But I listen to everything. Like you might catch me listening to some TikTok music. I just like the feel of it. Like when I listen to music, I just listen to it for the feeling of it. And then there's times where I listen to it for the words that it can give me to give me that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Not just the beat or it's just got a catchy hook or something like that. But
Exactly. I like outlets like out TikTok now because they're actually allowing artists to like get paid and break their
yeah,
music on TikTok. Before we had the DJs that broke music, which they still kind of do. Blogs break music and stuff like that. But these different platforms are allowing artists to be able to reap revenue and at the same time expose them to an international market.
right.
Well, social media in general is allowing you to expand your network because before you used to have gatekeepers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So, how important is for an artist to learn the business
It's a
of
good question.
music?
It's a good question because
Yes.
it's things that I'm still figuring out. It is crazy. Like I was literally just talking to somebody the other day. Like I always tell people, I thought with music you just drop a song, somebody hears it, they pick you up, you get signed, and that's just how you start. When there's a lot more ins and outs to that. I always tell people if you see somebody get on, it's it's never what you think it is. People aren't actually, just for the most part, unless it really goes crazy on social media. For the most part, these people that pop up out of nowhere is well orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff going on behind that. But business is important, because not knowing your business will get you screwed over in this industry. So that's definitely important, to know, read all the fine paperwork, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Know about your rights, to everything. Like, just really study that stuff. That's what the internet there for. I advise everybody to look up, every artist, to look up y'all rights, and what you are allowed to, when you start doing certain things. And that's just with any industry, really. I mean, like, that's just business. You got to take it serious. You can't be reading over that stuff and just think that you're gonna get in and there's not gonna be, you got taxes and stuff. Like, you got to do all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't think about that. That's why you see a lot of people getting caught up, eventually, because they don't know the business. They're just getting in, and they have all this money and they're just moving fast, and they don't actually know what to do with it. And then you got to pay taxes that next year, and you ain't even got no money. Just things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's important. Yeah. It's definitely important.
The IRS will come after you.
Oh yeah, you see it all the time. People's cars be getting repo. You think, man, come on, they taking them cars back because they ain't paying that tax money. That's how much that tax money that they owe. That $250,000 car.
The more money you make, the more taxes they take from you. So learning a business about the industry is definitely important. We've seen, ages as we went through the history of music, seeing artists, go bankrupt and things of that nature. So learning that business is important. But I think the new age artists like you and other are getting smarter. And, because some older artists are like just now getting paid. They got signed to deals and situations that kind of screw them over. But you guys now have, a kind of like a freedom to kind of like explore different markets and where you want to go, and have the ability to collab with whoever you want to.
That's right.
Now. So I think it's an amazing situation. So let's talk about this song, Renegade. Let's play it a little bit for these people.
Go ahead.
I know the fake. They took it out the ball. I know the real from the fake. Niggas is cap, I can feel the hate. I'm getting money like real estate. Walk in your building and renovate. Don't give a fuck, I'm a renegade. Remember I used to flip burgers at Sonic, and now it's business through some temper phase. Damn, I done came a long way. Still got a long way to go. Still sticking to the G code. Real niggas won't never fold. Damn, I been getting dumb paid. Still grinding like a nigga broke. Still sticking to the G codes. Real niggas don't never fold. I been too hot. Got your favorite rapper trying to sign me. Niggas hate, bitches hate, friends hate, but I don't even mind them. Just listen, just get them, just kill them, that's just how they define me. Ooh, time to put all of you boys in check. Ooh, I gotta deal with the disrespect. Straight out the school of the hard knocks. I ain't never had a handout. Seen life for the bigger picture. Not surprised how it panned out. Heard when your whole team eat, you ain't even gotta help your mans out. All of my niggas is cash cows. We need that money like right now. I know the real from the fake. Niggas is cap, I can feel the hate. I'm getting money like real estate. Walk in your building and renovate. Don't give a fuck, I'm a renegade.
I didn't want to give him everything. But yo,
I was trying not to turn up too high. I was trying to keep my composure, man. That song right there, crazy. You know what's wild? I didn't even get a chance to perform that song yet, so I'm just itching. I'm like, that's one of them songs that's gonna pop up, and I'm gonna go crazy. That first show, that big one that I do, is gonna be wild when I do that song.
That's gonna be dope. I mean, shoot. I mean, if you're able, now that we have like everything is like moving to this digital platform,
right?
I mean, having a digital concert would be like dope. For you to do. I can even see this song in like Grand Theft Auto or even Call of Duty or something. Call of Duty or something. I would definitely love to hear this. And because when you hear that Renegade song and then you got the whole, the situation, the graphics, it reminds me of Call of Duty. So I think that definitely be a dope song. And then real from fake. We're going through a situation now where we're transitioning from the 2020, the past, and leaving all that craziness back there, and who's really real with you and who's really down for you for the real process, and I think you got a message behind that. Stepping into your own lane, your own purpose, and understanding where, you know, God and this situation wants to lead you, you know, and it's
Right.
pain. We know the industry, you know, is off the hook. So it's just like, who am I going to keep in my corner as I move forward and
Yeah.
level up? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm blessed. That's why I'm blessed to have Mace in my corner. You know, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could have signed to anybody as far as, you know, a younger artist or that's
Mm-hmm.
popping or relevant, really relevant right now. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have somebody that can give me that knowledge, because that knowledge gonna take me way farther. Like Mace always tell me, it's not your music that's gonna take you far. Your music is already gonna take you far. It's how you move that'll take you farther when you get there. So I mean, you can see the difference. That's why there's only, you know, 10 or 12 of them that's up there, and there's most of them are in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because those people know what they're doing and how to operate. Because somebody had told them. So
Exactly. If you could work with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
man, so you said dead or alive. I thought that was gonna be an easy question. Man, oh my gosh. Woo. I think I would probably like to do a record, and I ain't even gonna be cliche. I'm not even gonna do I'm not even gonna say a rap artist. I'm gonna probably say Prince.
Wow. Wow.
I like Prince because he's different and I'm different. I like getting with people that's not traditionally what I'm doing, and I like people to put me in another space. And I feel like if I work with Prince, like I would just be in a whole, you know, another element, you know, that I've never been in. If I was in the studio with somebody, like I would want to be in a session and just see how one of his sessions go, and it would be like, I mean, man, like just thinking about that is crazy. Like I'm just picturing it in my head, like just working with Prince, you know, like that's wild. But that's who I would choose though. I would go with Prince.
Well, that's an excellent choice. Rest in peace, Prince. And you know,
Yeah.
one good advice that Prince always said, you know, he said he wouldn't work with people unless they own their master. So he was telling people to
Oh,
own their property and make sure that, you know, you have control of where your music goes and what you do with it. So that's
of
one
course.
thing that I could say that, you know, Prince definitely left us. He said, if you do music, make sure you own your masters.
Wow. You see how many people going through that right now?
Yeah,
A lot
exactly.
of people going through that right now. So yeah, that's a great message. That's a powerful message. Like, and
Real
Prince
talk.
is saying that. So
Exactly. And is there anything else new coming up for you? Any
oh
new
yeah.
music and stuff like that? Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, so I got a lot of music. Like I said, right now we're kind of just playing we're playing a label game, and we're talking to a few people
Hmm.
before, we plan on rolling out big. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of great music, like great music, that I feel like is gonna impact. I'm talking about from singing, the Afro type beats to that rap
Wow.
stuff you just heard. I mean, it's all kind of ranges. So I mean, there's a lot like that. There isn't really too much I can say, but this year is gonna be huge for me. Like, and I'm just trying to stay as humble as I can, and stay as level headed as I can before that moment happens. But we got a lot of great stuff happening. We're talking to some people, so when that button gets pressed, everybody's gonna know.
Definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And just listen, I'm just proud of you because like when I met you in the rooms, you were dropping some knowledge. And you know, not every artist, you know, drops knowledge. You know, some of them say some crazy stuff.
No facts. No facts.
So, you
Right.
know, I love your energy and everything that you're doing. And I know that you're going to achieve everything that you know, set forth towards 2021. What kind of advice would you give the youngsters that are getting into the industry? The top three things that you think they should think about?
Mm, they need to think about promotion. I think that no, I wouldn't. Let me go a little bit deeper in that, because I don't just want to say promotion. They need to know how to promote. Um, and with promotion comes with money. So that's the second thing I was going to say: money management. Because that's something that I dealt with a lot. Being an independent artist is just not knowing where to spend my money, and not saving my money for the right things that I needed. So that money management, and then I'd probably say I would probably say the last one would be probably just to try to stay level headed, because when you're chasing this stuff, it's I hear so many stories about how people they go through this terrible thing, or they're always at a low part before certain things happen. So just don't get discouraged. Like, I guess that would be a better way to phrase that. Just don't get discouraged with this music stuff. If you don't see nothing happening for you right then and there, just keep pushing. I've been through that a lot, just getting where I'm at. I still feel like I got, a lot more to do. But just don't give up. Just keep going. Things will happen. You got to do what you need to do. If you got to work, then go to the studio after that, go work, so you can make your money, pay for your studio time till that person walk in the studio room that you looking for. That's literally how I got figured out. I was working. I worked 40 hours a week. And then, I was doing my studio, I was meeting the people. Actually, it's crazy because I met the people that connected me to Mace through my job, just by going to work and working every day. I met the majority of the people that connected me heavily in this industry. I met just by talking to them at work and just by being at work. When a lot of people like, man, bump this job, I'm too good for this, or, so it's just things like that. When that story folds out, you don't see why it's happening right then and there, but you just gotta, keep faith and don't get discouraged. Like that would be the third thing I would tell upcoming artists.
That's definitely true. And, never, sleep on an opportunity. At the end of the day, you're just one person away from your blessing. So you never know. Even that person that you might think is low hanging fruit might be that doorway to the next situation. So, definitely, keep your eyes open, and you definitely know that any situation that you step in, keep it with an open heart, because you don't know where you're destined to go.
That's
and what's made for you is made for you at the end of the day. And nobody can stop that.
And it's gonna happen either way, just like you said. And can't nobody stop it when it's meant for you. So yeah, that's real. Because it's like now, I didn't notice a lot of things that was going on with me. When I was on my pursuit. Not saying that I'm, like I said, where I need to be, but when I was pursuing where I was trying to get to, just another step. I didn't understand why this stuff was happening, but now it's like it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, damn, I'm thankful I went through that, or I was supposed to go, do that, or be at that place at that time and meet that person. Like it all happens, like you said. It can't nothing stop it. Like if God got a design for you, that's all He wrote. That's gonna be it.
If you weren't doing music, what other talent would you tap into?
That's a great question. I probably would do I like working with a lot of graphics. Like I do a lot of graphic work. I do a lot of my own stuff. Well, I have done a lot of my own stuff. I like that. I like cutting hair. That's like a weird trait that I have. I'm very good at cutting hair. But those would probably be it. I'm not really sure anything else. I also played sports in high school, so I always thought, I would be a basketball and football player somewhere, but that's probably what I would be pursuing if this music didn't come along, for sure.
Definitely. And somebody hit me up and they asked, they said, could you do a little snippet, a little singing? They want to hear a little singing, a little freestyle.
I don't know if I'm gonna get hit for that. I might get a phone call in the middle of this. You know who I'm under? I'm under the guy that was under Bad Boy.
I know, right?
I ain't about to have him calling me. What you doing? You let them hear your song.
No, it could be somebody else's song, not your song.
Oh, they want to be You gotta give me something. Y'all put me on the spot. I ain't ready. I gotta take my stuff out. Come on now. Try to put me on the spot, sis.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so if y'all want to catch, he got new music coming up, you know what I'm saying? So, hit him up, you check out the new music and stuff.
Hey, tell them I got 2 projects out right now too. If y'all want to go check them projects out, y'all can go on Apple Music. Y'all can go on I think it's also on Spotify, all platforms. My first project is called Self-Explanatory, and all you got to do is type in Just Listen. My second project is called The Session. All you got to do is type in Just Listen after that, and you will find it. But yeah, I got plenty of stuff on there for y'all. That's why I left it up. So go check that out right now.
Definitely check out the singing. He gonna have some Afro beats coming. I need that Afro beats because I'm African, so I need that.
Ooh, I'm telling you, sis, it's going crazy. That's why I want to give you the exclusive. It's go crazy.
Definitely, man. Check out the song Renegade. Go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, support him. We have to support our upcoming artists and make sure that they shine and do what they need to do to excel, right. And it's also good to expand your, music categories out here, as we change and switch into this media platform. And then also, we can't wait till you have this digital concert or, in-person concert. We're excited about it.
Yeah, you got me thinking, sis. I'm about to set it up right now. So the phone.
Exactly. I think that's going to be great. How can people check you out on all your social media platforms?
Just type in "Just Listen." Literally, I mean, I tried to make it as simple as I can. Just type in "Just Listen" on every platform, you'll find it. But I will tell you on my socials too individually. If you go to Instagram, all you got to do is type in "Real Just Listen." My name is gonna pop up. If you go on Twitter and type in "Who is Just Listen," it's gonna pop up. And if you go on Facebook, just search "Just Listen." It's gonna be there.
Definitely, definitely. We appreciate you. Just listen. The last question somebody asked was,
What's up?
where did you get Just Listen from? Even though it's
Uh,
catchy, because it makes you like, okay, he said
yeah,
just
I get that. I get that all the time, and I love that question because when I made the name, I was like, I want to do something that people are gonna ask, like, why did you make that name? You know what I'm saying? So originally I made that name. I was always a fan of the Just Blaze and all those artists back then. Like a lot of people don't remember that was a Just before. Like a lot of people say, oh, Just Listen is new, but nah, there was somebody else that did it before as well. But I always knew about Just Blaze, from being a little kid. And then when I really first started making music and putting it on SoundCloud, my best friend at the time, when he would be like my number one promoter. So like, whether we be at work or we be at school or something like this, he'd go up to people and I'd be right next to him and he'd be like, hey, yo, listen to this. Tell me what you think. And they'd be like, well, who is this? Who is this? And he'd be like, nah, just listen. Just listen. So I'd be in the back like, dang, like, I'm hearing them say this every time. So I'm like, dang, that's kind of dope. Like, it's just weird. And then, when they look at me, they're like, wait, that's him? Like, he would wait to the end of the song and then he'd be like, okay, that's him. And then they'd be like, oh, wow, like, that's crazy. And then I got a new fan like that just by him just saying, yo, he didn't want to tell, he didn't want people to have, a pre-bias, towards the situation before they heard the song. And I kind of just took it and ran with it. I was like, dang, I started writing it down and I started liking how I look. And then, that's been my name ever since. That's the first name I came out with. And I feel like that's going to remain the same.
I think it's a catchy name. I love it. Just listen, and
I appreciate that.
It makes you listen. Listen to the music. Just listen.
Right. I appreciate that. So I love that question. That's one of my favorite questions I get asked.
Yeah. Definitely support him. And like I said, we're in the midst of a lot of change in America, and things are changing. Yeah. The things that transpired in the this week, were definitely disturbing. But at the same time, we're changing. Things are dismantling. The veil is coming off. Right. No more lies, no more deceit. And we're becoming a new America. And I think it'll make us stronger as a unit, and as a community, and as a world. As they look at us, we're being transparent, and things are changing. Right. What were your thoughts on that? Just listen. This past week. How did it make you feel?
It definitely made me realize, I mean, it was already obvious, but if it wasn't, stamped right then on the paper, the differences of races in the United States and how we get treated differently. Mm-hmm. It amazes me. It's almost scary that, people can do that, to the Capitol. I'm disgusted by the situation. I wasn't supporting the rioters and stuff when they was doing that in Atlanta, so I'm not going to be one way towards that and the other. I do support the cause. I got out there and protested. If you're going to do it peacefully. But storming the Capitol building, to me, that's just a little bit out of control. And, for them to not even handle the situation how we thought it should be handled, and how we know that if the shoe was on the other foot, how it would have got handled, then that's just how we wanted to see it, because we got treated like that for the whole year last year.
Yeah, so, you're right. Black Lives Matter was treated disgracefully, but it was a peaceful protest. But this was just barbaric white supremacy.
I said that today, man. That it was an article about have you heard about the girl that they had tied up or something? They didn't tie her up, but they was holding her down or something like that. It was a black girl, and they snatched a wig off or something like that. It was just her, and they surrounded it. It was like 30 people up there at the protest. But I just seen that today. I'm like, man, like they got the pictures of this man with his arms around her wig snatched off, like she crying, and this is Trump supporters surrounding this woman. Like it's terrible. And they said the police was on the other side of the street just watching it the whole time. They said they didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, it's sad because I'm here in the DMV, and I know in the Capitol building, Capitol Police, even if you sneezed or looked like you was coming in, they're taking you down.
Man.
But see, at that time, DC police didn't have the jurisdiction at that time. But later on that evening, DC police came through and they wasn't playing with that. But a lot of the police that they said that were in there, we saw videos of them allowing the people in, opening gates.
Yeah, they was walking them right in. They
Yeah,
was walking them right in the building. Like that just amazes me. Like it's disgusting. And like I said, I wish there was something that somebody could do about it. But obviously, I mean, we trying. But it all comes from the top right now, and who's still in the office. So
yeah.
and you see what's going on with him. So
It'll change, it'll change. It might not happen during, my decade, but I hopefully
right.
in your future, or my daughter's future, maybe it'll change. But it's slowly people are getting woke,
Right.
not just us as African Americans, but also, our Caucasian and other race brothers and sisters,
Right.
are coming together, and we're woke and say, hey, enough is enough. It's time
Mm-hmm.
for change.
Yeah, and you saw a lot more people stand up. Even when I went to protest in Atlanta, there was a lot of Caucasian people. I mean, it was all different race. Literally every different type of race was out there, and that was powerful to me just to see, people realizing that stuff was really wrong, and how people are getting treated is not fairly. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's definitely big. I feel like our generation, the generation that's coming up, we are the accepting generation. We're the ones that take everything in, just as far as the homosexuality or anything. We accepted everything in this generation, and we're willing to accept everything, being kosher and the same. But until the people that's the older people, they're not going for that. So it's just like we're stuck in this weird transition where it's like we want to break free, but the people that's up there, they don't want that. So it's like, and they teach, and they just teach that to their kids and their grandkids. So that's why you still got younger folk that still feel like that too. So it really goes from the teaching, and
That's true. That's true. And you made a valid point. I think, there's been a chain process, and, I'm really happy for this new generation, because you all are saying we're going to stop generational trauma. We're going to stop, the way we view things. We're going to open our mind and with an open heart and say, we accept where you're coming from, and we're going to meet you where you are.
right.
And and then you don't get caught up in all this classism and and the racism and stuff. It's you guys are open to understand people's cultures and things, and the things they're into. Things aren't as weird as they used to be. Like, anime is a big
Yeah,
thing.
right. It's like everything. It's like
Yes.
what doesn't isn't allowed here now. Like everything is cool here now. So it's like why is this the only thing that we're clashing about and we can't get an understanding? Like it's not rocket science. It's just a matter of being treated on the same level. Like everybody, we're all humans at the end of the day. Regardless of the skin color, we all got the same color blood. So it's like
Exactly.
and once people see it that way.
Exactly. I thank you. Just listen. You are amazing. You're a thought thinker and an amazing artist. And I just wish you nothing but blessings. And this ain't the last time. When
Oh yeah, nah, we locked.
Yeah.
Since we locked in, we locked in. I'm coming. We coming back. We got to. We got to come
Exactly.
back.
Definitely. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys check him out. Just listen. All over the place. Google him, Spotify, Apple Music. Make sure
Everywhere.
you check out his music and support. In the Jewish community, the dollar rotates around, and also in the Chinese community, and us as African American community, or just a community in general, we have to support our own, support upcoming artists, small businesses, and make sure that they thrive. In order for them to thrive, we need to support. Supporting doesn't always have to be money, but it can just be a post. It can be a support. It could be a download. What can you do to help somebody take their business or their dream to the next level? I challenge you to do that today. Support Just Listen, and we love you, fam.
Sis, it's a pleasure, man. Like it's a pleasure. We got to get up in person. Once everything clear up, we got to do the in-person joint, man. We got to go crazy.
I know, right?
whenever the DMV calm down, then we can make it happen. All this COVID stuff go away. We can definitely make that happen. I'm ready. I'm ready to get some work in, man. I'm trying to get out of Atlanta.
I know, right? So when we get the coast is clear, just let me know. All right, we're gonna
No
be
doubt.
locked and loaded. All right.
We'll do, sis.
This your girl Lushy Lush live in the building. You just had the one and only Just Listen live with Lush Radio Online. Don't forget to log on at www.lushradioonline.net. You can find this live on Facebook Live. We'll also have snippets on Instagram Live, and you also check it out on YouTube later. So you already know what it is, man. Life may throw you a curveball, but you're in charge of the way it goes. You just officially got stamped.
Hey.